Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing good today. I wanted to do a little update on my 245. I'd mentioned in one of my videos I'd been having charging issues with it, and I wanted to explain to you what has been going on. What had happened, the alternator that was on here went bad, no doubt. Well, at the same time, I think the battery went bad. The battery was about, I'd say 8 or 9 years old. So I changed it, and I changed the alternator though before I changed the battery. So the new alternator I put on, I don't know, it may not have been the right one either, because it wasn't, I looked up the actual part number for this one, and it was about half the price of what I paid for this one, but it called for a 245, so I don't know what the difference would have been. Anyways, it either wasn't the right one, or I messed it up by running it with the old battery somehow. So anyways, put the new battery in and didn't know no difference, so parked it, and the tractor wouldn't crank. Battery was totally dead. I mean totally dead. So I brought it down here in the shop, and I took my ground off the battery and hooked a test light up between it, and the test light lit up just between the ground terminal and the post on the battery, so that showed I had a draw. Kept tracing it down, couldn't really figure it out, and then I could tell these tractors, they don't have an on and off switch on the key. It's either start or run, basically, or off. I don't know what you'd consider it. And then after you turn the engine off, all your gauges and stuff kill out after about 30 seconds or something. So they wasn't doing that. I noticed they was keeping power to them all the time. So I went ahead and ordered a new alternator and put it on, and apparently that was the problem. It's charging right now. It had been overcharging, and the gauges will kill out and everything, so all that should be good shape. I hope. I think it is anyways. It is right now. Anyways, I bought a new fuel gauge and put in it. Doesn't work. It's set up totally different than the factory one. It looked like the same. The gauge itself looks identical to the original one as far as the face of it, but the back of it, the posts are different. It's got 3 posts, and if I hook the power up to it in any direction, the gauge goes to full all the time, even if I unhook it from the tank. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if the sending unit could be. I figured if the sending unit was bad, it would stay on empty. I'd like to try to find the original fuel gauge. It's only got 2 posts on it. Right here's the way the original one is set up. It's got 2 posts on the back, 1 wire coming in, 1 going to the tank, the sending unit, and that's it. This is just for a light for the gauge. So I don't know what's going on there. And I have also changed 2 of my radiator hoses. See if y'all can see there. I changed the one there that's curved. Let me get this light set up somehow. And I changed this one and this one. Those are the 2 I changed. They was getting pretty bad shape. I was going to change this upper one up here, but it seems okay. I do have it if I need to change it. Sometime I've got it, but I'm gonna go ahead and crank the tractor, I guess, and then start adding antifreeze to it till I get it filled up. I'm glad to get them changed because they was getting pretty rough shape. Right here's one of them. Let me kick it out here where you can see it. Right there, they both are. So they definitely needed changed out. And I guess we'll get it filled up and put the hood back on. Don't know of anything else I need to do while the hood's off that I can think of. I went ahead and poured a little bit of antifreeze in it. I'm going to go ahead and crank the tractor and let it run, and then I finish topping it off. Make sure you use a good pre-mix antifreeze. Okay, got her filled up and don't see any sign of leaks or nothing on the antifreeze. I'm gonna put the hood back on. This thing has got a nut back in here for this bolt that's supposed to have a clip that slides on there and holds it in place. It's gone, so I put a piece of tape around it to hold it, and I'll hopefully punch the bolt through there and get it started. Gotta make sure you get it in the right groove on this trim here in the front. Not lining up good here for some reason. You got two longer bolts that goes in these front two holes. Well, done fell out. Let's see, maybe I can take this grill out. I've dropped it, that nut. Don't know where it went. Need to vacuum that out. Right there while I got this off. Let me see if I can find it. I found it. I don't know why that one has a washer. For sure. But it does. But it does. Looks like it's been here. Don't really think it needs to be, but I'll put it anyways. Put it there anyways. I like this little impact. I like it. Like it. Alright, I'm gonna vacuum that front end out. Got all that cleaned out. Put this back in. You know, on these tractors, this front piece is a big, heavy, thick piece of metal right here. I don't know why they don't make tractors like that. And this right here, across, that's a 1/4 inch flat bar above them headlights and below, and big heavy piece around here. If you run into something, you're not going to tear the front of your tractor off like you do these newer ones. They make them lighter weight and more expensive. I need to try to get my flashers fixed on this thing one day, and should be back pretty good shape, I guess. Got the charging fixed and the radiator hoses. Probably grease it while it's in here. Yeah, that's about what we was needing to do to it. If y'all will, please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate the new subscribers. And hope y'all have a good one. We'll catch you later.